Hey everyone, welcome back to MGD Crochet. My name's Allison, and today we're going to be working on the Sweet Scalloped Crochet bookmark. This is a quick and easy crochet project, and it's very beginner friendly. So I'm just totally in love with making these bookmarks. They're so much fun. They make a perfect gift for teens or book club members or friends. Great for stocking stuffers. Perfect for craft fairs. They're just great. I just love them. So let's get into the tutorial. So before we get started, we're just going to go over the supplies that we need to make this bookmark. So I've just got some cotton yarn here. It's called Cotlin and it's made by Knit Picks. It's a DK or lightweight yarn, and I'm using a 4mm crochet hook. You'll also need a tapestry needle and some scissors, of course, and a fork, which we're going to be using for making the tassel. So let's get into the tutorial. So to get started on this bookmark, we're going to do a slip knot, and we're going to chain 5 to begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to join with a slip stitch to our first chain that we just did. So insert our hook there and pull through the loop on the hook like that. And then we have a little ring there, and we're going to just start row 1 with the chain 1, and we're going to put 6 single crochet into the ring. So that's 3 and 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And to finish off row 1, we're going to place one last single crochet into the ring, just like that. So for row 2, we're going to turn our work, and we're going to place 6 single crochet into the chain 4 space from the previous row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 single crochet. And then we're going to chain up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to place 1 single crochet into the chain 4 space from the previous row. So let's turn our work for row 3, and we're just going to repeat row 2. So we're going to do 6 single crochet into the chain 4 space from the previous row. And then it'll be chain up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then place a single crochet into that same space, just like that. So let's turn our work and repeat row 2 again. And it's just row 2 from here on out. So it's 6 single crochet into the chain 4 space, and then it's chain 4 and 1 single crochet into that chain 4 space. So we're going to work a total of 16 of these little scallops, and then I will meet you after 16 and we'll finish off the last one together, the 17th. Or you can make your bookmark as long as you want. It's up to you. There's no set length for this, but this just was a nice length. So here I'm counting up 16, and then we'll meet back and we'll finish off the last one together, and we'll also show you how to work the tassel. Okay, so now we're just on our final row, row 17, and we are going to turn our work and work another 6 single crochet into the chain 4 space from the previous row, just like we've been doing with each row all along. The only difference with this final row is that after our last single crochet, we are going to end there. We're going to trim our yarn, And then let's make a slip stitch to secure everything before we weave in the ends. But first we're going to do the tassel, and then we will weave in the ends and finish everything off. So to begin our tassel, I'm going to cut 2 strands of yarn that measure about 5 to 6 inches or so. So there's one there, and I'm just going to do the second one here. And we'll set those aside for now while we use our fork to wind the yarn around to make the main part of the tassel. So we're just going to start with our yarn at the front of the fork there, and we're going to wind it around. I think I did about 13, 14 times all the way around, not too tight, because we're going to have to cut it there at the bottom. So just keep going until you reach the fullness that you like. So then let's grab one of our pieces of yarn here and just thread it through our tapestry needle. And then what we're going to do is, once I get that threaded, we are going to insert that in between, in the center actually of the tassel at the top there. So that I just did it on the fork because I thought it would be easier than taking it off at that point. But now that we've got that top part through, we're going to gently just remove the tassel from the fork like so. And then we're going to grab our other piece of yarn and place that underneath the tassel at the top part of the tassel. And this is all a little tricky because everything is so small and my hands feel like huge here. But somehow I made it work. So let's just tie a knot. I go around once and then twice, which prevents me from having to put my finger down to hold it in place. So now that the top of the tassel is somewhat in place, let's go to the very top of the tassel and tie a knot at the top there to secure that. And that's what we're going to use to attach it to the top of the bookmark. So just make sure it's at the very top and go around twice to make a double knot like that. And now we're going to go back to the other knot that we were making. And let's just give this knot a good little tug so that it's nice and secure. And then what we're going to do is take one strand and wrap it around in one direction, and take the other strand and wrap it around the opposite direction, and do one last double knot here. And then that will be it for the top of the tassel. So one knot there, and then a second knot just to make sure everything is nice and secure. So just to finish off the tassel, we're just going to cut the bottom loops here, and it helps to have a nice sharp pair of scissors for this part. Make sure you get every little loop there, and then of course we're going to want to just even everything out, trim off those longer parts there, and shape it however you like. Just get the extra little bits. There you go. And now we're done. So now that we're finished making the tassel, the final part is just attaching it to one end of the bookmark. So we're just going to insert one loop into the end of the bookmark there through the hole. And then we're going to put the 2 strands together and just tie a knot at the very end there. Try to get it as close as you can to the end, depending on how long you want the tassel to kind of come off the end of the bookmark there. So I'm just gonna pull here and give it a good tug, and then just trim those tiny little ends off there. Okay, so now that we're finished with our tassel, all we have left to do now is just weave in our ends. So of course we have one here at the top. We're just gonna weave it back and forth a few times just to make sure that everything is nice and secure. And of course we have one end at the bottom that we will need to weave in as well. So thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this bookmark as much as I love making them. And I hope to see you in the next tutorial. And thank you for all your support. Take care and have a wonderful day.